a new year. Welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shayne.
And I'm Amanda, and we are so excited for the new year. We want to share our predictions and our resolutions for 2024. And we have a very special guest, Courtney Miller.
Hello.
Thanks
I am
for-
a Courtney.
Thanks for joining us on our first episode of 2024.
Wow, I honestly truly honored because I was on the first episode period, and I'm
That's
on
true.
the first episode of the new year.
Wait,
That's
we didn't
true.
even plan that.
We didn't even think about that.
Am I your good luck charm?
Uh-huh.
You're a rabbit's foot.
Okay.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Foot freak.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
How did you guys feel about your 2023s?
Ooh, big changes.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
Growth. 2023 was epic. Honestly,
It was, man.
It was epic. And I think my word for 2023, like when I said it in 2022, was, what was it? I think it was boundaries or whatever, or something like that, which has been
Because we talked about this with Chance a
Shocking.
couple weeks ago.
I wonder if I can find my New Year's resolutions from last year in my notes app. Is that okay?
Do it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Did Amanda, did you have resolutions this past year? Do you do resolutions?
I do, but sometimes they kind of like, I think I naturally do resolutions every year.
I think they're fun. I don't think there's something. I do resolutions, but I also am always trying to like plan
I think
goals.
my resolutions are always about getting healthy, which is like gets
Funny.
boring. It's like when people are like, "What are you going to give up for Lent?" I always gave up something that I didn't care about, which is just bad. Yeah. But I think my resolution. Oh, I know my resolution was definitely more of like the mind. Like it was more like boundaries and also let go, be more playful. But yeah, it was definitely also about getting fit, which I just give myself every year.
But
Yeah, you've been looking great.
Thanks, guys.
I guess mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. You know what? Actually, I did have a resolution. It was get really serious
hot.
about Muay Thai.
You are serious about Muay Thai.
And I started in 2022 in October, and I got really serious. It's been over a year that I've been doing Muay Thai.
You got so serious you hurt your back.
I literally hurt my back so bad. I blew out my back this summer. But I've been going like 4 times a week.
Holy
3 to
crap,
4 times
dude.
a week. And now I've gotten to a point where I used to like die during a Muay Thai session. Now I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go. And I've kind of like have this like fitness point. But yeah, so I've been doing that.
It's really proven itself because we were out the other day and I saw a burglar tried to steal someone's purse and you beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, they are in the hospital. Sorry. But literally my leg is a weapon.
That's awesome.
I love it. It's
leg
just
is
like
a
your
weapon.
D&D character.
Yes.
That's so
Thighs,
true. You
watch
became
out.
Dolores.
Oh my God, I
Bravo.
became Dolores.
Yeah, you did.
Dolores.
Did you have resolutions?
I do. I remember, I couldn't find the list, but I remember beginning of 2023, I didn't want to make resolutions that I needed to check off or like be religious to because I feel like I can be hard on myself. So this year, I think I was like, okay, like let's try to not be on our phone as much. And like there was other ones that was like, hey, like set boundaries for yourself, similar to that. And like, I think it was like, slow down a little bit was probably one of the things of like slow down when
Did
it comes
you slow
to
down this year?
no. Well, work-wise, no. Did not slow down. But I think I've slowed down in terms of like getting to know people. And I've definitely, I am still on my phone a lot, but I think I'm on my phone way less than I used to be. I do have phases where I'm just like on it. But but I feel like I'm on it and doing more productive things like editing and stuff.
But you've been more present this year, I think. I think this year, if you were trying to slow down with people, you definitely have been. Like, I feel like you've been more present. You've been having like more like connected conversations at work, which is very hard to do because we're running around doing a million things.
Yeah.
So I feel like you were successful in that.
Yeah, I think something I learned this year was, everything moves so fast, and everybody used to be like, life's short. But like the speed that the world's moving right now, like life is long, and like sometimes you need to think about how long life is, and kind of plan and think about things more in that way than like than the way that the internet and other parts of the world teach us to be is like, buy it now, do it now, go there now, do everything right now.
Yes.
So yeah, slowing down, being more present. I'm sure that was probably written in a journal somewhere. I wish I'd found my journal.
Taking some time,
It
yeah.
has like be present, probably like up my game of clothing, which is I think it's like
which you always have.
I love finding new inspiration for clothes and stuff, but sometimes I get in those slumps where I'm like, I have no idea what to wear ever. I wish I could just be like a floating ball of energy that conveys making you laugh and also making you horny, you know? Like that's
Okay.
that's what I wish I could just convey. So it's like be hot, be funny.
You are conveying it. You are.
Thanks.
And we all need a clueless closet, right? We all need to like go and be like, my outfit.
I mean, I did.
What about you?
Shayne?
Yeah.
Well, people know I had doing the splits wasn't technically a resolution.
Okay.
It wasn't technically a resolution. It was something that I was like, I'm gonna do this, and it has become a joke over the years of like, I'm gonna do the splits this year, and there was always a part of me that was serious about it. And 2023, I was the most serious. I was like, I'm gonna finally freaking do this. And I talked about this at length months ago, but I really, really dedicated myself to it for like months.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around summer where it kind of started to break down. I also hit a wall where I just wasn't making progress despite stretching every day.
Yeah, because you were trying to become more flexible while also building like significant muscle mass. So there was just more to stretch every day.
Too much at once. I had to pick a fitness goal. But I think this year, look, is it a resolution? Maybe we'll see. I don't know. But I didn't succeed at that. Now, what my main resolution was like lists. Was like, okay, I'm gonna make a to-do list for tomorrow, and like every day I'm gonna make a to-do list for the next day because I'm a very forgetful person. I can be very easily distracted. Yeah. I have good memory, but I
did not know that.
I have bad memory as far as like remembering what I need to get done that day. I will lose track because and also there's just a lot of things are thrown at us. You know, I'll show up to work and I'll be like, I know what I need to get done, but then we just constantly have things pop up. It's like, oh wait, we need to do this now, and this just came in, and when we're filming and stuff, like after I do a try not to laugh, my brain is fried for the rest of the day. So I need a list to like keep track, and I also feel so good when I'm marking stuff off a list.
Yes.
It feels great, and so I was trying to make like daily and weekly kind of planning out. I think planning was a big resolution of mine, and to be honest, I think you shoot for the stars, you hit the moon kind of situation where I'm like, am I doing it to the level I want to? No. But I am doing so much better than I was in 2022 and 2021. I'm actually like planning things out.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for. I think you and I were similar in that way where like I started using a planner at the beginning of the year, and it does feel so good to like, I am a person who needs to mentally adjust or mentally prepare for things. So having a planner and then having a list, like every day I start the day with writing the date and a to-do at the top of a paper and writing a bunch of stuff and writing a little circle and it feels so good to cross them off. And sometimes I'll write things that I already did and then cross them off because it's like, I did that though. I need to remember I am productive.
Yes. I love lists. My whole life is a color-coded Google Calendar. My Google Calendar is color-coded specifically to what I'm doing, because if I usually have so much going on in the day that if I don't like color code it, then it's all the color blue, and I'm like, I don't even know what this day is. I even have to write down like hangouts,
That's smart.
which is
I agree.
But also when
so busy.
Yeah, and when I was planning our wedding, to you guys, when I was planning our wedding, me and my husband, when I was planning our wedding, I had a huge calendar. So I was so stressed about planning the wedding, but I also loved it. My sister was like, get a big ass calendar. That's a booklet. So I got a big red calendar, and I was like, here we go. And it had the months, and I was able to put down everything that I need to get done that month.
That's awesome.
Otherwise, I sat there for 6 months being like, there's way too much to do.
Yeah.
So I just like organized it by month, and that was really helpful. So I think if I ever had another big project like that, wedding.
It
I would get like one that I can see that I can write down, because the only thing with the phone is when you go look at your phone,
then you start looking at other stuff.
and you start looking at Instagram, and then you start
I
looking
am
at
the
your
same
mail.
way. I love to write things out. I need like a physical thing that
same.
I can hold where I'm like, here it is. I also think the act of writing it out retains it in my memory better, as opposed to typing something on my phone. I don't know. It just doesn't work the same for me.
Yeah, because we be shit posting, and sometimes we just tweet a tweet and not even think about it, and it's just out. And so then the same kind of consciousness can happen when writing. I like have started doing this thing where we have Slack, this like messaging platform for everyone on here to IM, and like I Slack myself. If I don't have a notebook with me, I have to Slack myself so that I have like a list of stuff to do. But even that is like, it just feels like it disappears.
Well, it disappears because there's so many other things that are happening on your phone that if you have it on your desk, like in a booklet, and you open it, then it's I don't know why, it's old school.
It's meditative almost.
Yeah, you're writing it down and you're actually crossing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another one of mine that I did okay with was every year I notice I have a lot of resolutions that are huge, and it's like every year it was like this big thing, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna do, it's like huge.
Write a book.
It was always like huge things that of course I don't achieve because it's just this. What is that?
It's too big.
What is that? So this year was very much kind of like coming down to earth a little bit and making things small and picking things apart and being like, yeah, I can't do the splits, but I can stretch for 30 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't write a book, but what if I challenge myself to write for 10 minutes a day?
Right, break
and
it
just
down.
like small asks, and then once you are able to achieve those, then you can ask a little bit more of yourself, maybe. But doing a little bit every day is probably going to go a lot farther than demanding a ton of yourself in an instance.
That's probably why I find myself not making big resolutions, because for me, lists also can get really stressful, because if I have lists on my desk, then I'm like, I didn't succeed the day because that list isn't done.
Right.
Sometimes I'll need lists like for like Christmas gifts or whatever, but sometimes lists will make me feel like I'm stepping back rather than just enjoying
You don't
the
want them.
day.
You don't want them to like be an option for catastrophizing, right? Of like you not
Cool word.
succeeding, right?
I like that word.
Yeah. Well, it's like setting goals for yourself is great, but if you don't succeed at it, you can't let that become then a negative impact on your life. It's got to be kind of like, okay, here's the things I'm going for.
Yeah.
It's all right if I don't.
It's a
do
vibe.
it. And that's
sorry, go continue. Finish the thought. Sorry.
yeah, and I think, and that's why like kind of more daily resolutions that it's like, oh, I haven't been doing this, I can pick it back up and keep going.
Yeah.
As opposed to, well, I failed and it's a failure and I'm done.
And I'm done.
It's like
forever.
no, it's just like
Yeah.
I think it's it's less of like this thing I need to achieve and more of like what direction do you want the current of your life to go?
Yeah.
And like setting that direction that's like, all right, I might mess it up, or I might fall off for a second, but I just get back on that current and start going.
Yeah, I used to, when I was younger, like really young, I used to be obsessed with New Year's. Like we have these videos on Smosh Pit where we read my old diary entries, and there was a bunch that were like New Year's resolutions where I just loved. It was my own chance to like start over. And I think it probably comes from like growing up Mormon, and when like you're baptized, you start fresh and you start over and you're not, and you're pure. And so new school year, new year in general, like all these things I was obsessed with, because it was like a religion where it's like, okay, no more boys, do homework, be organized, like super intense and very into it. And like a typical teenager, they would fall off immediately. And I feel like I've only in the last few years started to like shake that off of like, okay, like it's not a religion that you have to commit to. Like it's a spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Of just like, hey, try.
No
but
more boys.
No more boys.
God, I did not stick with that. I don't think I ever gave that to myself though.
I think I said less boys, or was it just more girls?
Less boys.
I loved boys.
Less boys.
Love
I don't think I ever
boys.
gave myself that. I think definitely one of mine when I was younger was like be nicer to my sisters.
Funny.
I
Didn't
never
stick to
had
that.
that.
Didn't stick to that shit.
I
No, I'm
found
just-
old resolutions, and I'm like, no wonder I felt like shit all the time when I was young. Like I found one, and the resolutions were like a page long, and they were intense.
Also,
like,
you were a child actor.
yeah,
You know
so
what I
you kind
mean?
of have that
Like
expectation.
my resolutions were like, get on track. Like actual running track.
Oh,
Guys
get on
the
track.
track team.
Mine was
you
like
mean?
get my life on track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, mine was like get on track and learn how to
That's
do
awesome.
discus.
Wow, discus.
Discus is so hard, but so fun. Discus is basically frisbee
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a very thick.
Yeah, big metal guy.
Yeah, it's so hard.
You are a
Ancient
field
frisbee.
event person, huh?
Yeah, but the
There's-
thing is, I wanted to do more theater. My mom like desperately wanted me to do every single sport, and of course I did. I have to try out everything. My mom's like, you have to learn how to do everything.
Right.
That's my mom.
Okay.
100%. But discus, it was just like I didn't enjoy the vibes. I wanted to be in musical theater.
The vibes
I-
at discus are not
I
there.
wanted to be in
Loved
musical
hanging out
theater.
with the discus and shot put people on track team because I was also on the track team.
Ugh.
I was a sprinter, pole vaulter, but
Whoa.
yeah, but loved hanging out with the shot put discus people.
Really?
Yeah.
They
were the
seemed
cool people.
pretty grounded women.
Yeah, they were very grounded. Always had better things to do. But I love that your mom like wanted you to try all the things, probably to help you like find what you truly love.
My mom, I think so. But also,
Well, you knew you loved theater, but she was like, you're not trying that.
yeah, exactly. Well, no, she let me do that. Like I used to do musicals all night in an Orpheum
What's an
theater.
Orpheum?
Orpheum is there were theaters that were around my town that they just call it like the Orpheum.
Oh.
I don't
Okay.
know if that's like an old school term or something, but I used to take acting classes there and then do musical theaters. And one of my first musical plays, I was Cat in the Hat. I'm not even kidding.
Are you
Was
serious?
actually Cat in the Hat.
Is this your first time? Are you freaking saying this
It's
for
my
the
first time saying this,
that?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
Oh,
played
no one-
Cat in the
that's-
Hat?
I was Cat in the Hat.
That makes it way scarier that guy was like, you're
Yeah.
a cat in a hat.
And in my first musical, and there was a VHS, but Boston Red Sox game got taped over it. So
That is
Oh,
that is the most
no!
East Coast thing I've ever heard in
I'm
my
so
I
life.
mad.
can't make this up.
I'm so
Sorry, the
mad.
Sox were playing.
But it's literally
I had to record it.
It's literally me because I was the tallest kid there. So of course I was Cat in the Hat. And I'm in this like black leotard. I think I'm 4 or 5.
But you were 6 feet
And
tall.
I'm Cat in the Hat. I'm so tall. And I literally am just like the one who's helping out. And I remember the VHS and I remember it being like, and then it's f***ing Boston Red Sox.
No freaking way.
So yeah, my
Unfortunate.
mom just wanted me to be in everything. Everything.
Which Red Sox game was it?
Oh God, I don't f***ing
Oh,
remember.
hey,
I didn't
look,
tape it
better
over.
Better
Fun.
have been important. Better have been a good one.
Yeah, I didn't tape it over, but I just my resolutions were just intense. My mom just like, and even to this day, I'm like, oh yeah, I get reminded of my childhood because I went to the spa with my mom, and I don't like the steam room because it makes me feel like I'm suffocating. And I was like, I don't like the steam room, and she was like, okay, well, you want to just come in and face it, and let's just face the steam room together, and then you'll be fine. And I was like, oh my God, this is so nostalgic of my childhood. Anytime you're like, I'm afraid of that, she's like, we're going to do it together. We're going to do it.
Wow.
And this was last year. I was like, all right. And I went in the steam room with my mom and she was like, it's okay, right? It's okay. And I was like, it is okay. It's fine.
Aw, was it actually?
It was fine. But
Okay.
like, do I go in by myself?
no.
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 That's so funny.
Well, speaking of that, then, what do we have resolutions for this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
have
wrote
s-
them
I have
down.
some loose ones and I have some like goal ones.
Do you want to start?
Yes,
I don't know,
please
what
start.
do you guys want? What's best?
You can kick it off if you want.
Okay, so some general ones is like less phone time, of course, always. Also, a goal, I would like to direct a music video this year.
Whoa.
Whether it's with Smosh or without Smosh, or with a creator friend or something, I want to direct a music video. It's something I've like always wanted to do, and it's like one of those like things that when I was younger, you just kind of like tuck away because you're like, well, that's never gonna happen. And then when our promo trailer came out in November, Angela was like, you should direct music videos, and I was like, my dream.
So true.
But it is real. Like that project really changed a lot for me, and like because for a long time my serious artist was really starved. And so because like I get to do comedy all the time, but like the real artistic, stylistic stuff, I'm like, okay, more of that.
Yep.
Definitely more of that. And then another general one is like, I want to be less afraid of the internet and just like just take things not so seriously. And like, obviously not saying like obviously like the world is burning and a lot of things are going wrong in the world right now. But like in my zone, in my world, like I want to take things less seriously because like, so you guys know that I've had really intense stuff happen online, like stalkers and things that really can like make being funny and being myself online so hard.
Yeah, you question everything.
Yeah, every little thing, and I'm like, I feel unfunny. I feel every sense of my self-esteem is just low, and so like obviously you guys make my day better all the time, and like I still some days I'm having a tough day, and I'll do something, and you guys are just like dying laughing, and I'm like I have no idea, like I'm on my way. Truly don't know what's funny. I don't understand, but okay.
So good.
It's one of those things.
I really relate to that because you're talking about catastrophizing like our day-to-day here.
Yeah.
Because I remember after doing that, trying not to laugh, and you're just like, oh God, like I didn't feel funny, whatever. I was like, that was great. That was all great time. Yeah. And it sucks when you do something that's awesome, but you didn't get to enjoy doing it.
Ugh.
And you know, it's like I would rather fail and have a great time doing it than succeed and hate it. And I've found myself with this podcast sometimes, like really being like, God, what are we going to do for this episode? Like just internally. And then I'm like, this is whatever we want it to be. Like this does not need to stress us out at all. So I get that because we have such a great thing here and great lives that it's like, man, like I want to enjoy it because it's so lucky.
I think you guys also have been under the microscope for a while when it comes to like being watched by viewers.
Yeah.
Whereas like I come from a different place where it's like theater, right? It lives and dies on the stage, and I have failed and been successful and failed again, where it's like I know that the best feeling that I have is internally feeling free, whether or not I get the laughs. And I think I didn't always have eyes on me like you guys do. Like it lives forever on the internet. So now that I'm at Smosh, I can see where the pressure is, because you can leave feeling like, oh shit, was I funny enough? Was I blah, blah, blah enough? But I think what's so funny about I'm on my way is that it came from a natural place of inspiration that was naturally you. Like you didn't plan it, you didn't question it, you just did it. And I think that's what we are all laughing at. And that's what I laugh at. And that's why I'm on my way is a forever quote of yours, because it naturally came from a place of like, yeah, this is me, right? And I feel like the more we jump into that, I think the internet is such a scary place. But if we just continuously be honest with what's happening in this moment, staying present, which is hard to do, it's almost like you can't be touched.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. You can't be touched.
That's what's so special about improv too for me. Like, cause I used to watch a lot of improv shows before Smosh, and I did a little bit of it in high school, but like the fact that it's almost like magic happening on the stage that is happening for the first time and never again.
Yep.
When it's improv. So like totally lives and dies. But like it's so crazy that our job is that, but then it's preserved on the internet.
Lives forever. And then it's commented on forever.
Yeah.
So you want to be more fearless.
Yeah, because I feel like for a lot of this job in the past, I was making a lot of decisions and just operating out of fear. And like that's when if I'm going into, say, recording a Try Not to Laugh episode and I'm afraid of failing, then not great. But like when I'm going in and I'm like, I love these people, and like my biggest joy in life is making the people I love laugh, like that's what you want to do. And like this is something that I've felt since like the pandemic specifically, which is like, I love this job, of course, but I also take it really seriously. Like I take being a comedian very seriously, because and like I'm not just saying this based on like feeling, but like our audience makes it known all the time, like how much we provide an escape and a place to like forget about everything else and just laugh and like come and have a good time. And like when we're having meet and greets at VidCon or whatever, it is like almost half of the people saying like, you got me out of a dark place or you helped me through this dark time. And it's like, I I hold that so close to my heart. I take it so seriously that I want to take other things in life not so seriously, because that's my like lighthouse, or what is it? Like what is it? Like the beacon, or
Yeah, I mean,
that's my
like lighthouse.
That's my North Star.
Right.
So like, cause like, all right, that's what it's all about. And like, we have such a privilege where like, this is our job. We get to just like be silly goofy. Sorry, it felt like I needed to be silly goofy in that moment because we've been talking very seriously.
That was very fearless of you.
Very good.
So fearless.
Yeah.
But we also have to take it seriously because we have a job to do. We have a job to do here. Like we have to, but I think if I can help in making a fearless change, is that our fans want you to also be silly and take it maybe less seriously.
Yeah.
And like, that's not saying like show up late all the time and like, but you know what I mean? I think also what our fans look at, and what I get from them too, is that like it allows them to be themselves. And if we show that we also make mistakes and we fuck up, and sometimes we don't feel funny at all, many times, but yet we push through because it is also our job, I think that also shows them that it's like, oh, like, I don't know. For me, I'd rather watch someone have good days, bad days, weird days, off days, than the perfect days.
Real days.
Right.
Real days.
Real days.
So I think you're already fucking doing great.
I like that a lot. I think that's a really good
Thanks. Yeah, it's kind of a chain of reaction.
Yeah.
Because like I came out on the SmoshCast. I've done a lot on this brand at this brand that I've like just been trying to just like be me and normalize me, and like normalize just being a person and experiencing change in yourself, in your life, and constantly having feedback from our audiences of like, you make me feel more confident in just being me. And like our cast, like I said in our previous episode before the funeral, where it's like, we just have such a great environment here where like, I don't think I'm operating out of fear. Like I just feel like we're operating out of fun.
I couldn't agree more.
Love that.
I love that. Those are
good ones.
Those are good.
great.
Is that all of them? Those are pretty substantial ones.
Yeah.
Those are the substantial ones. I'd say like I need to like eat more greens, probably lick a vegetable or something, you know, things like that. But like I try not to make it a whole thing.
Yeah, you don't want to stress it too much to where it becomes counterproductive and you almost resist it. But I like those a lot.
Yeah,
because
like
the
a
girlies with
vegetable.
the ADHD know that when you put like things like that, you're like, oh, overwhelming. How about I just go away from that?
Yeah, understood.
Fair.
I understand that.
Who's next?
Do you want me to go? Do you want to go?
You go.
Okay. So I have a couple. And they're all pretty chill. I think like I'm thinking more like fun this year. Because there's a lot of pressure on this year on our job, where we've got a lot of big things happening. So I'm like, okay, I need to pressure myself to like do more. There's a lot of things I want to do, but they're not necessarily resolutions as much as like, okay, that would be really fun. And those are lurking in the background of my mind. So one fun thing, and this is something that I want to start doing for the rest of my life. I bought a new cookbook.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's a whole new cuisine that I've never made at all, and I don't know anything about. I don't know much about.
Do you want to guess which one it is?
Yeah. What genre of food?
Lebanese.
No, that's a good guess.
That's a cookbook that I want.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not done guessing.
Okay. It's tough. I mean,
Middle Eastern?
No, but I love Middle Eastern.
You've been done a little bit of that.
Yeah, more Mediterranean food was
Ethiopian.
No, not in the right region.
Okay, Thai.
It is not Thai food. But it's Taiwanese food.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Taiwanese food like pine and crane.
Yeah.
Like dumplings.
very
and
insider.
soups?
Yeah. So, I bought a cookbook. It's called Made in Taiwan. Is the name of the cookbook. I was like looking up. I'm like, what are some really good cookbooks out right now? And I kept getting served this one. So I bought it, and I have never made anything like this before. I am a big fan of soup dumplings. This whole year, I'm gonna focus on just this cookbook. And I meal prep and stuff, but
You
that's
cook a lot.
I cook,
right?
but I meal prep, so that's just like cutting up some chicken, throwing it in the oven, bam. I don't, as far as meals go, and as far as like creatively cooking, I'm going to go through this book and I'm going to try to make as many recipes from it this year as I can. And so kind of, I think almost like I'd say at least I'm going to try to hit up one recipe from it every week.
Whoa.
Would
'cause
you
I love
ever?
cooking.
Would you ever like take pictures of that journey?
Sure, I could take
Like
pictures
a picture of your end meal?
Yeah, I could if I look.
Wait, what if you make an Instagram called Shayne Tapas?
I love that. Spanish appetizer made in Taiwan.
But look, if I cook something and I can talk about it, and I'll throw a picture up on these.
You better post on your
episodes.
stories. No, because
Okay, I'll become a
think you should.
food influencer. All right, look, I may have started already, so you can
huge-
look up on my Instagram if
There's
I'm
a
posting
huge
anything.
community on TikTok of buff chefs.
Buff
Just
chefs.
as long as you don't like.
There's also
fist
those
a
horny
bread dough.
dude
Yeah, then-
chefs.
Well, I've missed this.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
We
it's
have
a
to show
TikTok thing.
Amanda.
It's a lot. It's a
There's-
whole lot.
There's this one chef on TikTok who is performing sexual acts on bread dough and cooking things, and just you can't tell.
It's a whole lot, and the
and
lighting
it's
is.
hygienically
lighting is-
questionable.
Yeah.
It's unsettling.
No, I look. I love bread. I don't want the chef or the baker to the bread as they make it.
You don't want to the bread?
No, I do not need that.
Hey guys, I know you guys have a bunch of New Year's resolutions. I know that I do, but I want to focus on them. And that's where Factor meals come into play. I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to meal prep. They just get delivered right to my front door.
That's right. Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, and it is fantastic. They've got a ton of options. They've got Protein Plus, Calorie Smart, Veggie, Vegan Plus. They've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner options, and they're all ready in just 2 minutes. Helps you cut out the grocery shopping, the meal prepping, the cooking fatigue. It makes focusing on your resolutions a lot easier. And as you guys know, we got a lot of resolutions this year.
Yeah, and we got to focus on them, you guys.
I know. I don't have time. And Factor is super flexible. And it's just great. And it's also delicious. If you're interested, you can head to factormeals.com/SmoshMouth50 using code SmoshMouth50 to get 50% off. That's code SmoshMouth50 at factormeals.com/SmoshMouth50 to get 50% off. Back to our resolutions.
Yes, I want to be happy.
But yeah, so I'm going to go through this whole book. It seems delightful. It seems very challenging.
Yeah.
And I think every year for the rest of my life, I'm going to buy a different cookbook
Wow.
and generally try to pick a different cuisine or genre and learn that. So like, this when I was looking through all these, I was like, okay, there's like Taiwanese food, there's a Nigerian cookbook I was looking at, there's all sorts of things, and I'm like, these look really cool, and I don't know anything about it. But I went with Taiwanese, and what's fun is living in LA, there's tons of markets I can go to.
Yep.
And so it's going to be a little journey out of it too. I have to completely change my pantry. I had to buy a ton of new not a ton of new equipment, but some new equipment. Learn how to use all that. It's gonna be awesome. I'm like excited for it. It's not a resolution of like I got to get my life on track. It's like a resolution of like, ooh, this is gonna be really fun.
Yeah, that's
and
such a
rewarding because then I
Very.
get to eat it.
Exactly. I'd say like that's one of the coolest hobbies to have or resolutions to have is something like that because it's not just like you're making it and then it's done. Like you get to eat that shit.
Yeah.
I kind of want to steal that. Sorry.
And
Like,
you wanna look.
I've been wanting to get like a Turkish cookbook because I love Turkish food. I love Middle Eastern food, but I've been specifically wanting like a dessert one.
Ooh.
So,
like baklava kind of stuff.
Yeah, like baklava. So I'm like,
Oh my
I might
gosh.
steal that.
Do
shit.
it. Do
You
it.
can totally look.
Okay.
It's a fun thing.
I might
it's a fun
steal
thing
it.
to do. And you're like me, right? You like to follow recipes to the T.
I love following
I
recipes.
love
I am
doing
a
it.
cookbook
Yeah.
chick. Like I have 5 amazing cookbooks, but they're all very Americanized,
Sure.
I guess you could say. And I really like I want to do like Ethiopian. Like I want to
Yeah. The further away from it being Americanized, the more fun it is because
Yeah.
it's more challenging because
And
it's
then-
just different than what I know.
different grocery stores too.
Yeah.
I've
and it's
gotten-
the thing
yeah.
to take advantage of in LA because every type of like culture is here and so yeah, I'm really
Amazing.
stoked.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna start doing that and yeah, it'll be challenging. It'll be fun. So that's one of them.
That's so good.
Epic.
I need to just add that to my list, but yeah, keep going.
Another one, this is not one that I wrote down, but another one that I've been thinking about, and this kind of ties in, and maybe it's just the same thing, but I think like every week having like a little bit of like artistic project, like to create something every week, kind of like it kind of ties in also with like less phone time of like, okay, there's so many things that I enjoy doing, but you're just not going to do them unless you kind of like plan it out. Like I love drawing and painting and stuff like that. I never do it because you're just never going to pick that in the moment. You know what I mean? Like you get home from work or you wake up on a Saturday, you're going to end up watching TV or playing video games or something, which is great. I love doing all that shit. But it's so fun to take those moments where you're really like present and like get into a flow state and create something. So I kind of want to create something every week. Just like something small. Just be like, I'm gonna sketch. I'm gonna do a little draw.
You're a good drawer.
I like drawing a lot. I just don't end up doing it all the time unless I kind of like make it a little bit of a
Make the time
like
for
make
yourself.
the time and make the choice. So I think it's like once a week. Like I said, asking not too much. Like every week, once a week, I'm gonna just do that for a little bit. I don't need to like complete it, but just to take that time. And cooking kind of ties in with it. So, if I'm trying to make soup dumplings in a week, I think that
Cooking,
counts.
That's a creative expression.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more just like, okay, I'm going to be present with something once a week. And I'm going to really like, I love craftsmanship. I love I love watching people or hearing about people who really get into creating something. People who are into pottery and they talk about like making pottery. I'm like, that's so cool because I'm jealous of that state you're in when you're making it.
It's a good hobby. It's a good hobby to do something that's not for money whatsoever.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a special kind of focus. Because I remember back when I was a little kid in church, I couldn't sit still and the teachers hated me. But as soon as they like gave me like the back of a church program and a pen and I'd start drawing a horse, I would zen out.
I think it's really important for everyone to have some sort of craft like that. And it might be music, it might be writing, it might be drawing.
Absolutely.
But I love that because those are the types of things too that you can never perfect it. Right? You're always kind of honing it. And I love that. And it's just so meditative and focusing. And, it's a lifelong thing that you can kind of always be working on that. So I think that's a light one. Another one that I was thinking of, I think this one sounds really fun.
You said these were chill.
Yeah, these are not chill.
I think these are chill.
These are fun, but these are hot. These are like
Shayne's version of chill is different.
got it. Got it.
Another one. Okay, this one is chill. I think is
Climb Mount Everest.
So I've talked about how I'm not like a huge music person. I don't know a ton about music. Like I like music, but I don't like listen to albums a lot. So I'm not versed in a lot of stuff. I think and also I've reached a point where my Spotify has been like repetitive for a year, and I'm not hearing new songs because it just keeps serving me the same stuff.
Yep.
If I listen to a new album every week, I just think I'm like that's not hard. I just listen. I just pick an album and I'm like, all right, I'm listening to that one.
I will say I love this about you, Shayne, because I feel like you're like, I don't know about this. So I'm going to know about these things and I'm going to make sure that I educate myself about this. I love that about you. I think
love
this
learning
is fucking
things.
awesome.
I love learning new things.
That's it.
I love being like, okay, this is going to be a brand new experience.
It's so cool.
And I need more music. I need to hear more music. And so, just every week I just pick an album. And it could just be anything. I could just go to the friggin' new releases and just be like, oh, that one.
Or our audiences could recommend some.
Yeah, comment down below. Look, and I'll talk about them here. I could talk about them occasionally,
album of
like
the week.
an album that I
Yes.
liked recently. So yeah, like it's a lot of creative stuff and just kind of because I want to
It's
kind of
expanding yourself.
Yeah, I want to.
Very nice.
I want to really kind of hone my creativity and awaken it and find the joy in it. I think creatively 2023 was really hard for me. I found myself creatively struggling a lot. Just not having that passion or that spice.
Yeah.
And so this year it's more about following desires and wants.
Yep.
And and then lastly, just because it's funny, I'll just say I'll do the splits.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because it's funny.
Still gonna.
It's funny. No, realistically,
Your
Like,
week
and
is going to be packed.
Yeah, dude.
He's
I'm
busy.
I'm busy all the time. I will say I overall this year I have fallen off in recent months a little bit, but I did stretch more than I have ever stretched. Like I actually did, and that's been nice. I think this year if I'm being honest about my daily routine, it's gonna be less about focusing on the splits and more just like flexibility.
Yeah.
I feel better when I'm doing it. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
dude,
keep
I remember
focusing on
watching
that.
you back at Defy walk down the hallway, and you look like you were operated by like ants.
Yeah.
You were just like
Operated by ants.
You were like a robot operated by ants, and they were using you as a vehicle. Like you're not a human. You are a
Ants.
body built by ants and
Ants built a
infiltrated by
robot.
ants, and the ants use you to be a guy.
Wow.
And operate around.
Okay.
Did you just write that down?
Yeah, I just wrote that down now.
Yeah. Shayne is operated by ants. Well, thanks.
Not anymore, though.
Are you a
'cause
real
you
person?
stretch.
Yeah.
Keep stretching.
And then I stretching, and then I just think focusing on my overall health. 2023. Look, I was like, I wanna bulk up. I wanna like gain some weight. I wanna gain some strength. I did all of my. For those who lift, they'll care about this. But
The 1,000 Club.
I'm not in the 1,000 club. I don't think I'm not powerlifting to that level of trying to lift more.
1,000 Club is if your squat and your bench and your other thing all
Deadlift.
add add up to over 1,000.
Jesus, Lord.
But I did push all of my lifts far beyond what I'd ever lifted
You
before.
PR'd?
My strength
the
increased
board?
a lot this year, and that was
Wow.
great.
Cool.
But now this next year, I want to focus on like overall health. I want to feel
Yep.
better than I've ever felt, and my flexibility is still not great. My balance is bad. There's a lot of things that I'm like, okay, I want to be healthier in general. I'd love if by the time this is years from now, but by the time I hit 40, that I'm like, wow, I'm in such great shape. Like I have maintained this
Hell
and
yeah.
honed this, and so yeah, it's a little bit more of that. That's not as much of a resolution as much as just kind of like
Overall.
a life
Life.
commitment.
Yep.
But yeah, so the albums, the cookbook, and just kind of little creative
You
projects.
said weekly.
I think they're weekly things. Like I just because steak and meat.
Weekly. Okay.
Okay, we'll see.
I think
Look,
it's awesome.
I think also with it being weekly, I can use this podcast to kind of hold myself a little accountable.
I think it's awesome.
We do sometimes film. Just being completely honest with you guys, we do often film like 2 episodes at a time.
We batch these.
So I can't always like show off a weekly accomplishment because it wouldn't make sense. But occasionally
We will show it off.
I can talk about albums and talk about little projects, and I'll bring stuff in and show it off.
I love
here.
it.
So yeah, those are mine. Amanda,
Wow.
Okay.
I'm super proud of you guys. That's amazing.
thank you.
Mine, I got some ideas. Well, I'm just totally stealing the cookbook idea.
It's
because
great.
I really have wanted like a Turkish Middle Eastern cookbook. So a big Muay Thai one that I want to do is in my gym. There's your level is your shirt color. So I'm at white right now, which is like still like the lowest level, right?
Like a white belt.
Yeah, like a white belt, and then you have to test. And every time it's a test, I'm always like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. So the test is like in a week, which I'm not doing. But my resolution next year is to test with my friend Matt, who we spar together. And
this year, right? This year.
yeah, this year, right.
2024.
So for 2024, this year, I want to test and then get a different color shirt. I think the next
Cool.
color shirt is orange. So I want to get up on the next level of Muay Thai, which is just you're testing to do all the combos that they have taught you over time.
Cool.
So that's definitely one of them because Muay Thai, I can't believe I've lived my whole life without it. It is the most amazing thing ever. So good for my mental health, so good for anxiety. Like the best cardio I could ever do.
Oh, dude, any sort of
Nice.
martial art is
The cardio
devastating.
is I remember when I first started, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I couldn't last 10 minutes. Now I'm doing an hour.
Shit's rough.
And it's insane. So that's my goal for next year. Also, my other goal is to get out of the US with my husband. We have
Ooh.
never together been able to leave the US together.
And you've
Like
been
go on
together
vacation?
forever.
7.5 years.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
We have never been able to leave the US together.
Because of like passports? And
passport and citizenship and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And his home country's been in a war for now they've been, I don't even know, 3-4 years almost.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, but definitely passport situation. So that's my biggest goal is to get out of the U.S. with my husband. And I really want to go on a luxury train.
Ooh.
Luxury
what's that?
train.
Basically not affordable. It's not. I looked it up. It's not affordable.
It is $1 million.
It is so there's all these luxury trains.
I've never heard of this.
There's one that's called a big one that's called the Orient Express.
Oh, well, you might get murdered on there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You might get murdered on there. Those trains, so they're all over. You can go to Prague, you can go to Istanbul, which also Istanbul is like top of my list where I want to go.
I have heard it's gorgeous.
So these luxury trains, they're like gorgeous rooms. They have like the special like green velvet like bar cart areas. Very James Bond, very Mission Impossible, very sexy. That is my dream. I would be happy going on a full train trip through India.
Cool.
So like train.
So
out
you
of
want to
the
get on a
US.
train in general.
I love trains.
You want to be the lady waiting by the train?
I want to be the lady waiting by the train.
And then get on the train.
There's a train through Russia and Moscow and like through
Yeah.
St. Petersburg that we could visit Garde's family. So I'm like, maybe that's the train. I'm getting on a fucking train. Okay?
Guys,
Yeah.
big train
And I want to
to
sleep on the train at least one night. I want to get one night of sleep on the train at least. But I could be on a train for a week and have like dinners on the train. So that's my big resolution is to get the passport situated and get out of the U.S. with my husband.
It sounds like
Cool.
cooler than a cruise because like that's something I've never experienced and do want to experience this year too is a cruise.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
sounds even cooler.
That's really cool. I like that one.
I just love, I love trains. And when I lived in Boston, I used to ride the train every day.
Oof.
I used to ride, but it's better than the subway. I used to ride the T every fucking day, and
Dang.
I miss it.
Ooh, I love the train.
So that's a big one.
Okay.
Another one that's like a creative project for me is, I think you guys know this, but I have a hobby of making flower arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I got this book, and it talks about wreaths and compotes. Like the old school like bowls that have like flowers
Yeah.
dripping out. There's a whole section on how to make that.
Whoa.
And
wreaths too.
how to make your own wreaths and like marigold curtains. You know those big marigold like curtains that you can see? I don't know why I would make it in my apartment.
Wow.
Well, look, I'm just saying this because, like I said, I have projects. I could bring them and show them off here. If you made wreaths, we could probably hang them up right behind you, right
Yay,
there.
every
And
week.
I could make a marigold
Oh my
curtain. That would take
God.
forever.
If you ever wanted to do that, bring it in.
Yeah, I would love that.
At some point, just bring it in.
Okay.
Would live forever on
That's
the podcast.
That's my
That's
resolution.
God, I wish I could do that, but cats.
Yeah.
That's
and then,
so cool. I love flowers,
And
man.
me too. And I make flowers every week. That's something that was a resolution 2 years ago. Every week I buy myself flowers and I
Nice.
arrange them around my house. And
I like
that is-
resolutions like that.
That's my meditation.
Yeah.
But compotes are hard because you have to get this little thing called like a frog something. It's like little stems and you basically stick it out and then they all fall.
Oh.
So I want to learn how to do that and then I can
Cool.
bring it in.
I think you give off the vibes of someone who would own a flower shop.
Oh,
Like you give off florist, I think.
thank you.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I didn't love acting so much, acting is my passion, I would live on a fucking island on the East Coast and I would own a flower shop and I would wear big oversized sweaters and I'd have a fucking lab and we would be on the beach
A lab.
and I'd
I
have
like how if you weren't into
a
acting, like your
Labrador.
husband is out of the picture.
Garde doesn't exist. No, I'm just kidding. But
Oh, wow. I love the aggression that came out of you.
fucking, I would be a scuba diver instructor. Like
Okay.
I would live on a tropical island. Trust me, I've thought about this my whole life.
Wow, I like how it's islands.
I'm an island girl.
Acting kept you off the islands. That sucks.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry.
Who knows? Maybe a project will come in and I'll
Now
be
you
able to
then
go
you
to
have
an
to go
island. So those are.
I like those.
Those are my biggest ones. I think. Okay. This one's loose, very loose. This is my last one. This is like I like to do things that I know I will love to do, and then I like to do something that will scare me. Either dye my hair because I've never dyed my hair.
Whoa.
Never dyed my hair once. Either dye my hair, maybe, or get a tattoo. Maybe.
Whoa.
Maybe. Anthony and I actually were talking about tattoos, and he was saying something like, well, if you can't dye your hair, how are you going to get a tattoo? And I was like, what the
Not the
what?
same thing.
But I dye hair or tattoo. That's loosely based. That is last on my list because every hairdresser is like, don't dye your hair. My mom's like, don't dye your hair. But
This
I
is your
want
fully natural color, right?
This is my natural. Yeah, I've never dyed it.
Then
You are very lucky because it is a very deep and like it looks like how people dye when they're brunette. Like yours is like your hair's not dull. It's a very rich color.
Thank you, Courtney.
What if you grow out your bangs and then you dye just the end parts of your bangs and then
White.
you could just cut them off?
White. Well,
I'm trying to think of what you could do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I forever have wanted to dye my hair like bright blonde. But I think that I don't know. Or like pale purple.
Ooh.
But I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Your hair grows fast.
My hair
So, like,
does these are my bangs they're done. Like they're ready to be
I'm telling you.
put
I'm
back.
telling you. Dye just the ends of your bangs, have that for a week, and then cut them off.
And then just have my husband's name just right across my chest.
You're
I come in, white hair, bangs, and then just grenades just right across
Awesome.
my chest.
Awesome. That'd be sick as hell.
God.
Iconic.
And I'm like, guys have changed.
I might dye my hair this year too. I've been thinking about changing it up. I kind of get tired of the blonde sometimes, and it's obviously not my natural color. Like my natural color is in my roots for those watching, like that. It's just kind of like a dull.
I can't imagine you not a blonde though.
It really is like who I am.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might chop it off this year. I might go back to the bob.
Whoa! I
I
like your
love
hair.
my hair short.
Yeah, I love your hair short.
Like long hair is nice because I can just tuck it behind my ears or put it in a bun and it's out of the way. But like short hair is just more me.
See,
I
I'm
think.
ready
Yeah, it's
for
pretty
long
great.
hair. I'm ready for the braids. And I used to be able to do high buns and braids and low buns and two buns. I haven't been able to
Double buns?
Yeah, double
Double
buns.
buns.
Leia.
Double
Honey.
buns.
So those are my resolutions.
I like those, and I like that they kind of tie into this next part, which is predictions.
I love
for
predictions.
this.
Oh boy.
So we all came up with a bunch of predictions. We're going to throw these out there.
Yeah, let's rapid
and then
fire.
we're gonna hold on to them for the whole year and see who can get the most predictions correct.
I love it.
Just be careful, because like I remember when we did a
Yeah.
video together, we were talking about what we were gonna do in the new year, and I was like, guys, 2020 is about health. Let's be healthy. And then the fucking pandemic happened.
that,
Oh my God. Well, you know what? That's a great thing about predictions. We are just thinking of them. We can't be the ones that make it actually happen.
Right.
right.
They just happen.
They're just predictions.
So we're just going to throw them out there.
Yeah.
And then maybe we all vote on the one that we think is actually going to really happen. I don't know.
I say we hold on to all of them. We have a
Okay.
big pool of them, and then if a bunch of them happen, awesome. If none of them happen, okay, fine.
Should we just like rapid fire?
I don't know if we
them,
need
or what do
go.
you
to
guys
just
think?
let's take turns.
Okay.
And I know Amanda and we wrote down a bunch. Courtney,
Okay.
if you want to throw out any, you
Okay.
can.
Yep.
Amanda, why don't you start? Throw out one.
Okay. I genuinely think that Angela is going to book something really big.
Cool. I like that
Ooh,
prediction.
I want that for her.
That's my prediction.
Okay. I'm going to tie this in with one of my predictions. I think I wrote Amanda books a role as a mom.
Honey, probably.
Oh,
Fucking
boy.
probably.
I think you're going to book a role because I think
It could be commercial,
I think saying that you're going to book a role, you're going to book a role. You're going to book something.
but as a mom,
But
I love it.
I think you're going to book a role as a mom.
I love it.
I think that's my prediction. And it could be, look, any
I've
sort of
been
mom.
booking roles as mom since I moved out here at 24.
That's easy,
So I'm
easy.
in.
See, safe prediction. It's gonna happen.
Love it.
All right, so those are two.
So I think Ian and Anthony are going to start writing a movie this year. They have not said anything
Ooh.
about it, but I just have a feeling.
Ooh.
That's
I
a
just
good
have
one.
feeling.
All right. Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully we catch wind and can say that.
I think Shayne will do a split.
You think I'm gonna do the splits?
I have it. It's first on my list.
Whoa! You think I'm gonna do the splits?
Yeah.
I wrote down I will do the splits.
Ah!
Look, might as well just mount that.
Might as
pressure.
well.
I think Chance is going to date a celebrity.
Whoa! I love that prediction.
That is so legit.
Oh, I love that.
That is legit. I don't know if this is legit. I think Anthony will shave his head like Harry Styles.
Cool. I love that.
And he'll get it. No, he will, because you know he's gonna get a tattoo underneath.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's gonna say breathe.
It's gonna say
Inhale,
head.
exhale, breathe.
Think,
Think about it.
Just head.
No
head.
This was for some reason one of my first ones. I will shake Markiplier's hand.
Ooh.
I have seen-
Wait, who the is that?
Markiplier, he's famous
the
for playing.
biggest gamer.
He's famous for
ever.
playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh.
He has a really deep voice. He has an OnlyFans.
Okay, you'll shake his hand.
This is Markiplier.
Okay.
I look. I don't even have to say anything to him. But if at some sort of event or something we shake hands, prediction fulfilled.
Love
I've
that.
seen him at conventions before. Like this
Really?
is a feasible one. I've
I
seen him at
love
VidCon and
that.
stuff.
I've never seen him. At
Okay,
Yeah.
this is feasible.
Yeah, this is feasible. But I will
Okay.
shake Markiplier's hand.
Okay.
All right.
Court?
I think Shayne's gonna get some crazy auditions this year.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe.
I'll let you know if I get crazy auditions.
I will meet Keith Morrison from Dateline. And what's crazy is I had this on my list, and then Shayne texted me being like, what if you just meet Keith Morrison? I was like, it's already on my list.
That was crazy.
He is the
That was
Dateline,
wild.
the lead Dateline host.
Yeah.
I would love to meet him. I mean, work maybe interviewing him on this podcast
Whoa.
would be cool. I don't know if that's possible.
I don't know.
Either way,
I don't know where that guy is at.
meet Keith Morrison. He's probably home. I mean, I don't even know.
No, but I mean, like, what part of the world is he in? I don't know.
New York?
No
No idea.
Okay.
Okay.
I wrote Smosh will be on Good Morning America.
Whoa.
Now there's a bunch of
Ooh.
things that I think will count. If Good Morning America says the word Smosh, I count it.
Yeah.
If any cast member goes on Good Morning America, even if they're there representing a different project, counts. They have to show up there somehow. Maybe we do the whole like boy in the weather balloon thing, where we say that
God, that story.
we say one of us got stuck in a weather balloon and we're there. Oh,
Actually
they're there.
at home.
And then we rescued them, and then we end up on Good Morning America.
I love
I
that.
love that.
I have one that Will Smith will come out saying that the slap was fake.
Whoa, I love that.
Oh.
Love it. It was all planned.
I think it was all planned for Chris Rock's stand-up special. And I don't know, for him to
That's
get more.
crazy.
I
Epic.
don't know why.
That's a crazy one.
Epic. I think I think Smosh will be on Family Feud.
Oh,
That would actually be so
would be the
fun.
best.
Can we just like make that happen?
can we
Yeah.
please make that happen? I will
Yeah.
do everything in my power. A famous cereal will change its mascot.
Whoa. Okay, we're stepping out of Smosh.
A Smosh.
Tony the Tiger?
Like, what if they just look?
Frosted
This has
Flakes?
happened. Cinnamon Toast Crunch changed theirs forever
Wait,
ago.
you're so right.
They change him sometimes. What if it's Trix's time? He's done. Trix the rabbit.
Goodbye, rabbit.
What if they turn Trix the Rabbit into a hottie?
What if they turn?
Ew.
Baddie.
What if Trix the rabbit becomes a real boy, and now he can eat the cereal because he's a real kid?
Oh my God. That's actually pretty fucking good.
Pretty sweet.
Ah, you thought outside
Right.
the box. Okay, here's one that might make people go, huh? I think there will be a Smosh baby. I think that a baby
this year?
this year.
It needs to happen fast.
Or maybe
Or
like at
maybe
least
next year.
or an announcement at the very
Or an
least.
announcement. Or a Smosh baby
I
will
think
be on
there
the
will
way.
be a Smosh announcement, baby announcement.
Okay.
Because I thought about this and I was like,
That's
there could be some people on here.
okay.
Single or together or not.
Or not.
Some from a baby.
Wow.
Okay. I like
That's
that.
what I think because I feel like since COVID, people are like, you know what? It. I'm going to have a baby now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like people are like, you know what? My career, yes, it is number one, but I
Yeah.
want a baby because
Yeah,
you never know when another shutdown's
Respect.
happening.
I love it.
There's a
maybe
Smosh baby
just
coming.
Conjure a human.
There's a Smosh
Yeah.
baby coming. I feel it.
I wrote Bigfoot is proven to be real, but went extinct decades ago.
Aww,
That's it's kind of a bittersweet finding. I think they're gonna be like, wait, Bigfoot, there actually was a great ape in the Western United States, but it went extinct 50 to 100 years ago.
Whoa, that's
That's-
really grim.
I know. I don't think it's. I don't know, but I think
That's
Bigfoot.
pretty cool.
Look, yeah, it's just a very specific one.
I like that.
But also, look, if Bigfoot's proven to be real
Because you've
and
seen
alive,
Bigfoot.
I've seen Bigfoot.
Okay. Then I think we're gonna get an actual message from extraterrestrials.
Contact?
actual contact.
Think contact
from
is
a
made
being.
this year? Okay.
Wait, I love
Respect.
that one.
That is going to be like released. It's not going to be like, oh, the government's hiding this.
Respect.
I think that Nick and Vanessa Lachey are gonna get replaced on Love is Blind.
Yeah, let's go.
I hope by like a actor that you're like, what? You're doing this? Like a really well-known
Elizabeth
actor.
Shue is now.
I really think a really well-known actor is going to replace them as hosts. That's just a prediction that I have.
This is how I do. I'm trying
Tom Cruise.
I'm trying to predict something because I'm hopeful, but I also don't want to jinx myself, and I also have to be realistic. This is crazy though. The Denver Broncos will lose the AFC Championship game, which I'm fine with.
Nothing is happening when you say that. Inside of me, I'm
That
like,
means they
cool.
won't make it to the
That
Super
means
Bowl.
they'll win all the way up to right before the Super Bowl, and they'll lose there. I think they will lose to the, I don't know, but I think if the Broncos make the playoffs, it'd be so sick. Because I think I said it here on this podcast that I was like, they're going to lose forever. People know that I said that they're going to lose just a ton this year. Then they started winning. Then they went on a nonstop winning streak. By the time we're airing this episode, I don't know what their record is. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. It'd be cool. I know this doesn't matter to you.
Doesn't affect me at all.
But
I feel like shut down, and
it'd
I
be
feel
so
like I'm
cool.
asleep.
But my prediction is that they'll go to the AFC Championship game and they'll lose.
God,
there.
I hope so.
Me too.
I
really
hope I'm
so.
wrong in some way.
Okay, I have one that's so weird, but I think this is the year that we are going to have a lot of like exposed. Like I think the truth about JFK and the truth about
Whoa.
Marilyn Monroe
Oh.
is going to be exposed this
Wait,
year.
because there are boxes of information and like paperwork that like literally that when people die, they're like, do not open this until 50 years after my death.
Jackie
Marilyn
Kennedy.
Monroe's box is coming up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Who has
I have to
power
look up-
over that?
I need to make sure I'm not talking out
I
my
know,
ass.
I know, like Jackie Kennedy wrote a book, and she said it won't be published for like it won't be published till like 2060.
Well,
no, like later than that. It won't be posted till 100 years after her death. You know how like Mark Twain's autobiography was released a little bit ago.
I think there's something
So-
about JFK going to be exposed this
You
year.
okay?
More information. I mean, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of stuff about it on TikTok and stuff lately. Until 2039.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, it's a
Insane.
mysterious box of Marilyn Monroe documents sealed until 2039 could prove she was murdered by her obsessed psychiatrist. Oh, okay, I got to read that later.
What?
Okay. I wrote down Mario and Luigi kiss officially. No, this can't be fan art. I think Nintendo needs to publish
They're
something.
brothers.
Are they brothers?
Yeah.
They're the Mario brothers.
They're
Look, I'm not
brothers.
saying anything
It's not good,
romantic.
like,
Don't Game of Thrones
Wait,
this.
are they brothers?
They are the Mario brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
They're Mario brothers.
But
Or are they just
I
besties?
didn't say anything sexual. I just think they will kiss. Maybe it's like a kiss on the cheek, whatever. That's fine. But I that's my prediction.
Okay. Well,
Maybe it's an alternate universe where they're not brothers. You never know.
you have a sick mind. I feel like here's my last one, and here's like a prediction that or intuitively manifesting. Smosh Month is gonna get over 1 million subscribers.
Oh, whoa, 1 million subscribers?
Whoa!
I wrote
What did
one.
you write?
I said we have an episode that hits 1 million views in a week.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Look,
I top
might
you
as
on
well-
that.
what- you know what? We're saying contact will be made. Bigfoot will be revealed to be real. Mario and Luigi are gonna kiss for some reason, and
Those are all yours.
and the one that's crazy is Smoshmouth will get 1 million subscribers. There's no way. You never know. My last one, you can tell this is when I started just running out of ideas. I wrote Timothy Chalamet breakdances.
Hasn't he
done that.
already?
Has he already done that?
I feel like
No.
I thought you were gonna say Timothy Chalamet breaks a leg. I'm like,
No.
yeah.
I think Timothy
Yeah.
Chalamet is going to breakdance at some sort of event. Like he's gonna be like, Timothy Chalamet danced at the Oscars.
Ugh.
That's probably true.
It's gonna happen.
That's probably true.
All right.
Courtney, any more?
Maybe they'll have a Love Is Blind gay.
Ooh.
that.
Oh, that's for
Okay.
sure. And
Like-
Elizabeth Shue will be the host.
And she'll be the host. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Love Is Blind all women or Love Is Blind or like because you know what? It's just an untapped like content source of like queer love dating shows where it's like everyone's bi and you just don't know where or what and who's kissing and touching.
Cool.
I
Cool.
would love to watch that.
Respect it.
Okay, so the end is we kind of already did this. Money where our mouth is.
Yeah.
Our end segment.
So this is a fun new end segment. This is where we're gonna kind of like make a promise or like say we're gonna do something, and then in the coming episodes we need to put our money where our mouth is.
Okay.
And actually show it off.
Okay.
I have mine. I know what I'm gonna do.
What is it?
I know an easy one. So in one of these coming episodes, either next week or the week after, I will bring some sort of dish from the cookbook.
Ooh.
I'll bring some sort of Taiwanese dish.
Okay, and I will bring a compote flour arrangement.
Really?
Sure.
Are you
Yeah.
You can.
No.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Okay.
But-
All right.
and
Stay tuned.
That's this, not the wreath.
Okay.
Courtney,
Do you want to do one?
Oh,
You
God.
won't.
you won't be here?
You won't be here.
But
you
we'll
can bring
know.
it. You could stop by.
Do I have anything that I can do and then bring in? I don't have anything in my resolutions like
Yeah,
that.
that's okay. Or
Uh,
just some
Cut
sort
your
of-
hair
What
really
are you gonna
short
do in the
and just
next?
come in and go,
Give you a
hey.
lock of my hair.
What's something you want to do in the next week or so?
Oh boy, what do I want to do?
Maybe you're busy. That's okay.
I truly am. I
don't
truly
have
am
to.
She's busy.
You're busy.
We're going to cook
We're
and
gonna
we're going to
do
make
this.
flour
Cook.
arrangements.
I'll let you guys cook.
All right. Let us
We're gonna
cook.
cook.
All right.
All right.
We'll tune in the coming weeks to
Happy
see.
New Year.
And
New Year.
Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a great 2023. I hope your 2024 is even better. And we'll be here.
And put in the comments your resolutions and what
Yeah.
your plans
Yes.
are and your predictions.
Yeah, put your predictions down in the comments below for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what's going to be real. And, keep tabs on our predictions throughout this year because we will. We're going to I hope at least a couple of them become true.
Me too.
All right.
Bigfoot. All right. Bye.
Get out of here.
Get outta here.
Go. Subscribe.
Subscribe because we need a million.
We need a million.